Guys, how's everybody doing today? We are now formally officially waking up in our Uranus direct energy, in our new nodal placement energy. Definitely some big time shifts having gone on over the past 24 hours or so. And today we're kind of just like setting in this energy, sort of acclimating to it, getting a little bit used to it. There is sort of a break energetically today in terms of big time aspects that are underway, but there is still a lot of plutonic, scorpionic, death, rebirth, purge, purification, transformation, shifting power dynamics energy that is going on, very relevant today as well. So let's talk about everything that we have coming at us today. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Wednesday, January 19th, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. So on face value today, you guys, we really have a relatively smooth day going on in terms of aspects. I mean, you know how busy it's been lately. Mercury retrograde in square to Uranus, Uranus direct, the Sun conjunct Pluto, the full moon in Capricorn and Cancer conjunct Pluto, the nodes changing signs. There has been a lot of very rapidly changing energy that has been transpiring throughout the course of the past week or so, the past couple days. And today is sort of the first day where we really have some of these aspects moving apart. And the moon is not making too many aspects either. The moon is making, we actually start the day with the moon in Leo making an opposition to Saturn, which I'll talk about. And also we have the moon making a trine to Mars, conjunct the galactic center today as well. This is kind of a powerful aspect, but really we don't have too much difficulty playing out today in terms of aspects that are presenting themselves. We're sort of, like I said, like acclimating and sort of like processing and getting used to the energetic shifts, the changes in the vibes that happened yesterday. And as a result of this, all this Pluto conjunction energy and the full moon and all, the Mercury retrograde, square to Uranus, Uranus going direct, all of that, we are sort of sinking our feet into it today and just trying to get a little bit acclimated to it. And it's not a super busy day vibrationally on the surface of things on face value, but underneath the surface, behind the scenes, there are some major shifting power dynamics underway right now. And I'm going to talk about that as well. So I want to first start though by just talking about the basics of what is going on today, how it might affect us on a personal level, just in terms of the aspects that we do have an effect, that moon being in Leo, and everything that we are coming out of right now that has been transpiring over the past couple days. So we are still in very intense energy despite the relative calmness. Although with the moon in the trine to Mars, there is a very passionate energy today, but I'm just talking about specifically in the context of all that we've been navigating lately. But because of all of this scorpionic energy that we have going on right now, remember the full moon that we just had that's playing out over the next couple weeks in a conjunction in opposition to Pluto. The sun is still in a conjunction to Pluto, although it's a 3-degree orb conjunction, and the sun will move into Aquarius tomorrow and distance that, and this energy is waning out. We also, like I said, the south node is now in Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, bringing up these scorpionic themes as well. So we are really in some quite intense Scorpio vibes today, even though we have our sun in Capricorn and our moon in Leo. It's just because of the placement of planets right now and them bringing up these more scorpionic themes. So there may be issues that we are navigating today surrounding, fears and themes surrounding loss or power dynamics generally because of, again, the sun's placement in a conjunction to Pluto. Although this is, we are coming to the end of this transit and the sun will enter Aquarius tomorrow and that will begin to shift as well. But for now, in the energy that we're dealing with today, fears and wounds surfacing to be purged, healed, and transcended is an aspect of this energy. And also power and control dynamics could be quite intense at this time because there are shifts that need to happen in these areas. This energy is all about the release of this energy though. With this South Node now in Scorpio, that's exactly what we are moving away from. That's exactly what we are letting go. That's exactly what we are releasing, is those fears, those insecurities, those traumas, those issues surrounding like loss and what we have to let go of, what we have to surrender, and sort of like the pain and the fear and the insecurity associated with that. These things could be surfacing right now as this energy kicks up. Our deep fears, it's trying to purge, purify, and help us regenerate these deep fears, emotions, and to transform them, these wounds, and also psychological complexes that we've had going on underneath the surface or in our subconscious mind as well. This energy is trying to help rectify, trying to help us see, release, transcend, and move on from, with the South Node in Scorpio right now and the Sun's placement in the conjunction to Pluto as well, and that full moon having been conjunct and opposite Pluto as well. The moon, like I said, it is in Leo today, ruled by the sun, again referencing the sun's placement next to Pluto at this point in time in Capricorn, and again emphasizing, I mean, whenever there's a planet in a sign, we have to look to the ruler of that sign to see what's really going on with that sign and with the planet in that sign. And with the moon being in Leo, this definitely brings up whatever is happening with the sun in terms of what we are emotionally navigating. The sun is in the conjunction to Pluto in Capricorn, so we are emotionally navigating a lot of shifting power dynamics, perhaps in terms of career, bosses, authority figures, leaders, establishments, and also in purging those really deep fears and insecurities that are holding us back in some type of a way. We are ultimately, through this aspect, trying to be brought back into our own personal power through conquering, overcoming, and releasing fears that keep us out of that power. That is the ultimate drive, the underlying like drive of this energy, but it could be surfacing these issues today in the meantime. And, you know, with the sun in Leo, though, this is helping us to fill that darkness, to fill those voids that we have to release at this point in time with the light, and to overcome these fears by aligning with our heart center and our personal creative self-expression. You know, gaining a new faith in our ability to create and to love, and for those things to be, you know, enough to carry us through at this point in time. We heal these issues today that may be surfacing, these darker issues that may be surfacing, by aligning with the truth of our heart and our inner light with the sun in Leo. And there is also a lot of super divinely inspired creative passion coming in today with the moon in Leo, a fire sign, all about the heart and our personal creative self-expression and our passion to create and to like enjoy and to have fun. Making a trine later today with Mars, who is in an exact conjunction to the galactic center today. The galactic center is the one point in all of our zodiac that is synonymous and associated with like the God source code. All of the galactic wisdom emanates from the galactic center. It's like the piece of the zodiac that's responsible for our cosmic blueprint, essentially. And when the galactic center is being activated by a planet, it brings a lot of divine wisdom, inspiration, guidance, galactic cosmic intelligence available for us to tap into. And when it is the planet Mars that is making the aspect, this is referencing our energy body and our actions. So there's a lot of divine inspiration and energy today, and with the moon in Leo forming the trine to Mars at the galactic center, the creative potential available today to really start aligning with what we want to build and create going forward down our new path as a result of this rebirth is very supported. And, you know, it will behoove us today to do our best to really follow our intuition, tap into our gut, and, you know, reach for the divine. if we're struggling with the darkness, and align with that light and that creative potential and start working on things that can help us see our way through, see our way out. The degree, the Sabian symbol of the galactic center is 20, the degree is 27 degrees of Sagittarius. And that degree, that Sabian symbol, or that specific degree described in a picture symbolic form, so that we just get better idea of how this particular place in the sky manifests in terms of its frequency and resonance in our physical plane. That degree is the sculptor's vision is taking form. And so there is so much potential today to begin the process of sculpting and molding our reality going forward in alignment with our authentic truth and our internal sense of passion and pride and righteousness, in alignment with our personal, creative, authentic self-expression and the talents and the gifts and the innate abilities that we have within us. Universe is trying to give us the energy and the motivation at this point in time to really start working with those, so that we can cultivate them and grow them and begin to recognize the value that we hold internally and how we can serve and generate that value externally, and also receive a form of abundance that is truly in alignment with our heart center moving forward into this new Aquarian age. And now with the North Node in Taurus, it's all about this next year and a half, 2 years, developing a new sense of self-reliance and resourcefulness and the ability to be the generators of our own abundance. And these aspects today are really helping us to be inspired to begin that process in perfect timing with everything that is on the brink of going at this point in time as well. We also, like I said, we're starting the day today with the moon forming an opposition to Saturn, because remember, Saturn is also in Aquarius today. And well, it has been for a while. Saturn's in Aquarius. And with the moon in Leo, we're starting the day with an opposition to Saturn. So we may actually wake up and begin this day sort of having more of like a heavy heart, or feeling limited or restricted in what we want to do or feel or express, especially if it's like truly in alignment with like our heart-based passions and stuff, feeling like someone's sort of throwing cold water on our dreams or something like that. But this energy is going to change throughout the day, because as the moon moves out of opposition with Saturn and into the building trine with Mars, which will be our energy that we're like exiting the day with, whatever restrictions or limitations or heavy-heartedness we were feeling earlier will receive some type of like inspired, passionate like motivation behind it as we go through this Mars trine, and especially in conjunction to the galactic center. A lot of very divinely inspired action happening today and as this day goes on. This is very, like I said, very divinely inspired action energy. Follow your passion today with this and act on divine guidance and intuitive hunches. There is a lot of strong psychic energy going on right now as well, with all of this Pluto energy that we have going on. And with Mars at the galactic center today, you guys, this is also an infusion of divine masculine healing energy that is assisting us to be emotionally strong, the moon in Leo, and passionate and inspired through that truth and that righteousness and aligning with our higher self. Very strong, divine, masculine presence, energetically, vibrationally on the planet today, helping us to go through this process with all of this Pluto energy, go through our own darkness and come back into the light. And it's being driven by this desire, motivation, willpower to start creating. And that makes sense too now with the North Node in Taurus, which is all about building in alignment with authentic truth, especially with Uranus being in the sign of Taurus at this point in time. So engaging in creative activities today is highly supported, you guys. This is divinely inspired energy, like I've said several times, helping us to ultimately, it's trying to help us stand in our power through releasing these fears, transmuting them, transcending them, aligning with our creative potential, recognizing the value and the power that that holds, and that we really have nothing to fear, and helping us to come back into this place of a stronger sense of self-reliance, self-resiliency, self-resourcefulness, and not needing to fear as much as we maybe have in the past when things were more outside of our purview of control in a way. You know, also this is divine inspiration helping, to stand in our power. We also have Mercury at 8 degrees of Aquarius today, you guys. And that Sabian symbol is beautifully gowned wax figures on display. And Mercury is the mind and our thought processes. Mercury is retrograde, of course, as well. But at this degree, again, I sort of feel like this is talking about our ability to mold, form, and create through aligning our thoughts with that inspired willpower, motivation, personal, creative, authentic self-expression, and the like divine inspiration that's coming through today. The sculptor's vision is taking form, the position of Mars and Mercury at beautifully gowned wax figures on display. We can really begin to create things of true and authentic beauty that are going to be stable, foundational, valuable, and carry us forward at this point in time. And also simultaneously through this process, help us to alleviate a lot of the fears that we are dealing with at this time as well. Now let's talk about the energy that's going on sort of on a deeper level today. That was sort of the more surface, mundane level of things, how it might be playing out or affecting us in our own lives. But there's another level to this energy. And we collectively are on the brink of some really serious and profound and major changes and shifts in power dynamics that are going on under the surface, behind the scenes of things right now. We are not necessarily perceiving exactly how significant the power shifts that are happening right now truly are. Going back to, what we have going on, the sun being in Capricorn in the conjunction to Pluto, we just had the full moon, Capricorn in Cancer in the conjunction opposition to Pluto, the south node in Scorpio, and also with the moon in Leo today, referencing the placement of the sun. Also, another thing, Pluto's at 27 degrees of Capricorn right now. When Pluto moves to 28 degrees of Capricorn the very next day, that is going to be representing the Pluto return of the United States, which is indicating indicating a rebirth and some very, very big changes that are coming our way, in terms of what's going to be going on with the United States as a whole over this next 2022. If you guys have watched my full moon video or my video from yesterday, I've been talking a lot about how there is this energy going on right now that is really working to rectify abuses of power that have been going on amongst like the highest and elite and rulership classes and sectors of society, also in terms of government and authority and stuff like that. And there is this energy that is calling for a purge, sort of a purge of like the priesthood classes, like I said, the powerful elite ruling sectors of society going on behind the scenes right now. This is represented by the full moon having been in the conjunction to Pluto on the axis of Capricorn and Cancer, Uranus just having gone direct in the square to Mercury simultaneously, and the nodes changing signs, the south node in Scorpio, the north node in Taurus, and also us starting that energy with the moon in Leo, which also rules these leadership, rulership, elite classes, sectors of society, and people. And it's happening behind the scenes with the sun, with Pluto combust and having been in a conjunction to the sun. And today, again, we have that moon in Leo speaking to rulers, elites, nobility classes, and also referencing the sun's placement in Capricorn conjunct Pluto for the last day. And with the south node in Scorpio right now, this is talking about releasing, letting go, and shifting in terms of these exact things. And today we have the sun at 30 degrees of Capricorn. The Sabian symbol for 30 degrees of Capricorn is a secret meeting of men responsible for world affairs. This is not going well, you guys, not with all of this other energy that we have going on at the moment. We have the Earth today at 30 degrees of Cancer, a daughter of the American Revolution. So things are not going well in that secret meeting, and we can be pretty sure of that by the South Node placement, by this full moon having been in the conjunction to Pluto, and by the moon's placement in Leo while we're kicking off this energy. And we are on the brink of a new American Revolution type of energy, especially with this Pluto return pending in the midst of all of this other Plutonic rebirth energy that we have going on. The South Node in Scorpio, this is purging and moving us from these hidden power structures and dynamics and their control over our money, our abundance, our resources, and our values. These Taurian themes where the North Node is right now. Remember as well, Mars is the other ruler, the other co-ruler of Scorpio, and Mars is conjunct the galactic center today. This is also telling me that we are releasing this toxicity that has had a hold over our psyches and our human collective, and we are breaking out of karmic cycles with this energy that we have going on right now as well, healing and regenerating through divine will, inspiration, passion, and creative energy. All of those themes and vibrations that are represented by Mars at the galactic center today, in correspondence with all of this other Scorpio energy that we have had going on. Old rulers are falling while the divine masculine is rising. The end of an era, it truly is the end of an era, and it's not just a shifting paradigm. I mean, they go hand in hand, but power dynamics, ruling classes, all of that is really undergoing some major shifts and changes, purges, purifications, regenerations right now in alignment with actually what is going to be more beneficial for the human collective as we move through into this age of Aquarius energy. Even if we can't see it, even if we're not perceiving it, even if we're not hearing about it with Mercury retrograde, it's happening, and it's probably going to be quite shocking and unexpected when we do start to perceive what has been going on. But there are definitely changes in leadership, rulership, authority, and again, just those elite sectors of society holding that power for long periods of time, and, using it in ways that we were maybe as the greater collective of humanity not truly perceiving. But I find it very interesting today with the last degree of Capricorn, where the sun is also about to move into the sign of Aquarius, which is where we are also collectively headed at that degree, a secret meeting of men responsible for world affairs and the earth, a daughter of the American Revolution. Definitely, yeah, there's probably some secret meetings underway right now, and I really do not feel that they are going super well. So we will see over the coming months what is to come for this, but what is to come with this. But fated occurrences and events that cause some things to fall away, so that we can begin building in alignment with authentic truth and potential going forward. This is the energy that we are moving into. Tomorrow, the moon will square the north and the south nodes in their new signs for the first time in that sign placement while the sun moves into Aquarius. This is going to be bringing us, as I just said, fated events and occurrences that cause some things to fall away so that we can begin building Taurus in alignment with that authentic truth and potential. The sun moving into Aquarius and the age of Aquarius dynamic coming in. Also remember, another thing of note, you guys, right now while we have the nodes at their current placement, 30 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio, 30 degrees of Taurus where the north node is a peacock parading on the terrace of an old castle. 30 degrees of Scorpio where the south node is children in Halloween costumes indulging in various pranks. So all week while we have this in effect, it's sort of important to not be fooled or buy into something based on appearances or presentation. Projection and deception are likely to still be quite strong as we are in this Pluto energy, this Mercury retrograde energy, this Venus retrograde energy. We can't necessarily see things super duper clearly for what they all are right now, but that does not mean that things aren't being rectified. And we really want to be very sure that we are understanding things correctly, that we are seeing things correctly, that we are communicating correctly, and that we are not buying into some false premise, false presentation, and making decisions or being fooled about something at this point in time with the nodes at these specific placements. That going on, as well. Deception likely to be very strong at this point in time. But ultimately, what this is boiling down to, changes in various forms of leadership, rulers, and authority figures very, very likely over the next couple months on a collective level. This is just what we're looking at. We've come to that point in time. We are changing paradigms. We're going through a shift of the ages, and it's also simultaneously the end of an era as humanity comes into self-mastery, self-empowerment, self-enlightenment, and becomes much more self-reliant, self-sufficient, resourceful, and we're just not going to need the authorities, the power structures to, support us in the way that maybe we did in the past when we were much less acquainted with the power, with our own creative power and the value that truly represents. So big time shifts and changes underway today, you guys, although a lot of it is happening sort of behind the scenes and, on the more mundane individual level, this is sort of a time of processing all of the changes that have gone on and beginning to start cultivating that personal creative self-expression that we have inside of us, Moon and Leo, in a divinely inspired and guided way filled with, willpower and inspiration and motivation and initiative and strength and courage and power, working together, the Moon and Leo trine Mars at the galactic center, and we are releasing these fears that are coming up so that we can truly harness this divine creative potential today and really begin to build in a way that helps us feel more secure in and of ourselves because of this newly gained sense of self-reliance, self-sufficiency, tapping into our own resources and not feeling the lack as much as maybe we have become accustomed to over the course of our lives. So pretty profound energy that we are in right now. Again, our first day with Uranus direct. We're also, these internalized changes that we've been going through are about to begin outwardly manifesting and expressing as well. And this is also going to help us liberate ourselves from things that are holding us back in any type of a way, from being able to initiate and go through this very individualized, creative manifesting process where we are starting to come back into that self-reliance and gain the sense of internal empowerment and comfort and safety and security because we are realizing we don't have as much to fear when we're not so reliant on other things, external power sources, in order to have that safety, comfort, security. When we can provide it for ourselves, it's really going to do a lot to help alleviate a lot of our fears about things going forward. And that's just being represented by the nodal transition and the placement of the planets today and all that we have going on. So that is ultimately where we're at in terms of the energetics for today. Let's talk about the tarot for a quick minute. I got some tarot cards this morning, message from God, Spirit, Universe coming through, just clarifying the collective energy, giving us some guidance for where we're at and what we need to be aware of as we move through this energy that we're in right now. And we got a pretty clear message, and I feel that this is more of one of those messages that is some guidance that we need to be aware of at this point in time, and it really matches the energy that we have going on right now as well too. We got the High Priestess in reverse, and this is talking about states of confusion, states of uncertainty, and also perhaps not tuning in and following our intuition. We have the Death card in reverse. This is resisting some type of change or transformation going on. And we got the Four of Pentacles. This has to do with really holding on to things, specifically like material possessions and stuff like that. And then on the back of the deck, we had the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And so ultimately what this is sort of saying to me is that at this point in time, if we are in states of confusion or uncertainty, it may have a lot to do with us not tuning into our intuition because it is bringing up the fear of change, and we really want to hold on to the things that we have and where we're at right now. But if we do that at this, where we're at in the energy right now and the transition of ages and all that's going on, it's blocking our ability to move forward and manifest in the way that we want to. So it's like these states of confusion and uncertainty from a fear of change, the Death card in reverse, resisting the transformation. That is what we have to let go of because it's blocking our ability to begin moving forward in manifesting and building in alignment with what is going to bring us that abundance and fulfillment truly, as a result of it being in authentic alignment with us. We have to release and surrender to this death and rebirth process so we can move towards creating something, building something that can bring us that true, like I said, sense of ultimate fulfillment. Following our intuition, you guys, and making the changes, not being afraid to surrender and let go of our past version of what gave us comfort, what gave us security, what we relied on, is the key to that forward movement with the Knight of Pentacles having been in reverse. And so this is really telling us that tuning into our intuition, going through this transformative process, releasing the things that we've been holding on to, especially in terms on like a material plane, is actually what is going to help us move forward and go through this rebuilding process in a way that is unobstructed and unblocked by our own inner resistance. Okay, so that is the message of the tarot cards today that universe and spirit wants us to know. So tuning into that intuition. Oh, we got a flyer. Making sure that the High Priestess is not reversed, and releasing and letting go is how we generate that forward movement. And now for our Synchronicity card. This is a message from God, and this is what God needs us to know in conjunction with the energetics today. And it says persist. It says, because of his persistence, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be opened to you. Luke 11:8-9. Nothing is too large or too small, and your persistence in believing in God's ability to provide whatever it is you seek will bring you to your goal. Persistence, waiting, patience, and never failing faith will lead you to your goal. Mars conjunct the galactic center today, you guys. Trine the moon in Leo, very, very emblematic of the energy. This is excellent advice for where we're at right now. We just need to persist in aligning with that authentic truth and following it. And that is how we are going to be able to move towards manifesting these goals that we have at this point in time going forward. So you guys, that is my report for today. Message from the stars, from the cards, and from God and the divine. If you guys liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think they would be interested. Definitely leave me comments. I love your comments. I love your feedback. I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group if any of you are interested in that. And come back with me again tomorrow, you guys. We will have more to talk about on our pursuit through the shift of the ages and our transition into the age of Aquarius. Big time energy right now, and we will talk about it again tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, everybody, and I will see you then. Bye.